Hey guys, it's Emily. I'm here with my next video in my History of Theme Parks series, where I go into detail about attractions that have been at Disney and Universal parks around the world. I have a new video in the series every other Friday. This is my first video on the history of a Disney attraction. This is the history of the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion was not an opening day attraction for Disneyland when it first opened in 1955. This attraction didn't open until August 12, 1969. Even though it didn't open until nearly 15 years after the park did, it is one of the first planned. To be specific, Walt Disney had been planning this for 20 years before Disneyland opened to the public. This original plan was to be a walkthrough attraction, like Poseidon's Fury at Islands of Adventure. This was when Walt had plans for a small park in Burbank that fell through. When Disneyland opened, it was on hold, but Walt still wanted the Haunted Mansion. It was postponed until the expansion of Disneyland. In 1957, when it was time for this expansion to take place, he asked Imagineers to work on it. Originally, in the smaller park, Walt thought of this attraction would be at the end of Main Street. This wouldn't work, so it was moved to Frontierland, until Walt thought of a new Orleans Square section of the park. He thought it would be perfect for the Haunted Mansion. 4 stories were created for the mansion. It could connect to Pirates of the Caribbean, also planned for New Orleans Square. It was then thought they didn't have to be connected together. So the Imagineers thought of incorporating Ichabod Crane in for a Legend of Sleepy Hollow retelling. Then a Lonesome Ghost theme from a Mickey Mouse short. Then came up with one about a family who died tragically. So when their manor was brought to Disneyland, they told all foolish mortals to go away. Walt did not like the ideas. He did not want an old, destroyed house in his theme park. The project was worked on for 2 years until the Imagineers had to work on Sleeping Beauty. New Imagineers came in. Walt still did not like the idea of the attraction and no longer wanted it to be a walkthrough, and still was not a fan of the look of the mansion, so he put the project on hold. Someone obviously didn't know this, as the Haunted Mansion started to appear on park maps. Imagineers kept working hard and came up with a new design. The opening was planned for 1963. Construction started in 1961, even though no one had any idea what the attraction would be. Walt lost attention due to the World's Fair, and Haunted Mansion was again put on hold. With the mansion already built, people began to wonder what it was. Rumors started. It was said that when the ride was open, it was so scary someone had a heart attack, resulting in the closure. Another said someone fell out of the ride into a snake pit, also resulting in the closure of the mansion. Last, people said it was Walt's home. When the World's Fair was over, Imagineers started on the Haunted Mansion again. When some Imagineers weren't happy with designs they decided to come up with their own designs based off of movies. One was from Beauty and the Beast. Walt wasn't sure about them, but Walt changed his mind and told him they would be put in the Museum of Weird, which would be an exit to the Haunted Mansion. It was even put in a 10th anniversary Disneyland special, but unfortunately it didn't make the cut. Everything was going well until Walt died in 1966. Walt made all decisions and affected cast members because Walt never made up his mind at the Haunted Mansion. They abandoned the walkthrough idea and went with an Omnimover system. The story was then made. Without a set idea because of Walt's passing, everyone had a different concept. When everyone compromised, they came up with a story that was scary but funny. Now they just had to make the ride. There is not one specific story, but the best parts of all the stories combined. The soft opening was August 9th, 1969. After years of planning, a special event was held on August 11th, and at midnight, the guests at this event walked the Haunted Mansion and opened it. It was a success, but after a month of operation, something changed. The Hatbox Ghost, an animatronic, was taken away. The ghost was meant to be holding a hatbox, and was said that when the light flickered, that his head would appear in the hatbox, no longer on his neck. This effect never worked. He wasn't seen again for some time. When Disney World was being constructed, they had plans to have a Haunted Mansion ride, so they duplicated everything from Disneyland. The attractions outside was changed due to it being in Liberty Square, not New Orleans Square. It was just a bit longer, One was then opened in Tokyo Disney in 1983, except in Fantasyland. Then in 1992, Euro Disney opened and had a modified version called Phantom Manor and was in Frontierland. The ride has a darker tone and has a Western theme, being in Frontierland. In 2006, Disneyland and Disney World, one of the animatronics in these attractions, the bride, was given a story. Named Constance Hatchaway, she married rich men to get money. Each picture of her and her many husbands shows her spouses with no heads, representing how she beheaded them to earn their inheritance. Then in 2013, Mystic Manor opened in Hong Kong Disney and is considered a counterpart to Haunted Mansion and has a happier theme. April 10th, 2015, an announcement was made stating that the Hatbox Ghost will return to Disneyland's Haunted Mansion. As part of Disneyland's Diamond 60th, the Hatbox Ghost was added to the attic scene, and the effect worked. Phantom Manor in Euro Disney is now getting a complete overhaul and is said to be opening this year. That's it for the history of the Haunted Mansion. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. And remember, if you can dream it, you can do it.